Hello and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot. Today we'll be taking a look at the Six of Pentacles, also known as the Six of Discs and the Six of Coins. It's a card I like to call the sharing is caring card, and from many of these illustrations, getting tongue-tied, you can tell why. We've got the Rider-Waite. This particular illustration is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. We've got a Marseille deck, which you can't really tell. This one right here, you can't really tell what the picture is telling you, and it's kind of similar to the Thoth Tarot, which is over here. They all share similar messages, but the illustrations are different, and that's why I love having multiple decks, because it gives you different perspectives of the same meaning. Up top we have the Deviant Moon Tarot and the Tarot in Wonderland. I'll talk about each one of these cards a little more descriptively, and we'll start with the Six of Pentacles from the Rider-Waite. Little glare on there, but you can see the pauper, or the one with the money, being fair and balanced. He's sharing his wealth with the beggars that are bowing to him. Here is what the guidebook shares about that card. The idea of wealth and poverty is continued from the Five of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles. Two beggars are seen receiving money from a wealthy merchant who holds balancing skills as if to measure out his good deeds. Is charity given from the heart, or is it performed with a sense of having power and control over one less fortunate? The city in the background implies wealth and commerce. The posture of the characters implies hierarchy. That's what makes the Rider-Waite especially so interesting, is there's a lot to go off of and get your intuition moving, getting you more ideas and the meanings of the cards. The Marseille Tarot, which is probably the oldest tarot out there, and this is the Paradoxical Rose version from Deviant Moon, it doesn't give you a lot to go off of. There is, if you know the meanings, then you can still learn a lot from them, and I really love this deck. You've got the Six Pentacles going around, the six coins in this case, and an all-seeing eye in the center. The Thoth Tarot is the other deck that everybody usually knows. It's the one that kind of competes with the Rider-Waite. I kind of feel like Aleister Crowley and Arthur Edward Waite weren't exactly friends. They were probably more of competitors. But he had his own meanings of the cards as well, and I will read that for you now too. Success. To Perth in the suit of Earth. Moon in Taurus. The discs are in a hexagram. The planets are arranged in their usual attribution. In the center, the sun as rose and cross. This typifies the harmonious establishment of the energy of the element. Around this card you can see the different signs for the planets, which is really interesting. And then the top part of the orange and the bottom part, you've got the moon in Taurus. If you think about that, Taurus is the fixed earth sign of the zodiac. And so if their emotions, which the moon represents, is very focused on those earthly desires, they're very more likely to be willing and able to share with others. Up next, I'd like to talk about the Tarot in Wonderland. So you can see the March Hare and the Mad Hatter and Alice all standing there getting ready to enjoy that feast. There are scales right there, representing fairness and balance. The guidebook that comes with this deck, absolutely my favorite. It's hands down the most detailed guidebook I've ever read. Here's what it looks like. And I will read you the excerpt from the Six of Pentacles. Through the looking glass. We often think of the Mad Tea Party as being the Hatter's affair, since he is the one, after all, who is stuck at 6 p.m. However, the party is held at the Hare's house. The Hare is the one who offers Alice wine, even though there isn't any. He is the one who offers her more tea, even though she hasn't had any yet. Even though the Hatter sometimes acts like he is in charge, such as taking the clean plates at the table, this really is the Hare's event. Children have strong ideas about fairness. In fact, one of their favorite complaints is that something isn't fair. Throughout Alice's adventures, she faces many situations that aren't fair. As befits a story about growing up, naturally coming to terms with the sometimes unfair or arbitrary rules of society is important. Sometimes Alice's choice in the face of unfairness is to simply leave, which is what she does at the tea party. Sometimes she tries to change things with varying degrees of success. Here, the hare is in charge of all the treats, and Alice and the Hatter only get what he allots them. Are his methods of deciding who gets what entirely fair? That probably depends on who you ask. Down the rabbit hole. In a reading, this card suggests that resources are needed and they are also available. If you have a need, there is a way to get it met, but it won't come for free. There will be hoops that need jumping through and paperwork that needs filling out. People need to be contacted. Cases need to be made. Pride might need to be swallowing. Help can come in the way of scholarships, loans, endowments, or charity. If you are not in need, this card invites you to consider helping those who are through some method of formal giving. Finally, I'd like to talk about my personal favorite rendition of the Six of Pentacles, which is honestly why I really wanted to make this video, because the Deviant Moon has a different tale to it than any of these other cards, especially the ones that have the illustrations on them. You can see the balance of the fairness here and the fairness and balance on this card. This one, the moon in Taurus, shows the fairness and working to make sure that everybody's fair and taken care of. But the Deviant Moon just tells a different story, which is probably why this is my favorite deck. As you can see from this card, the rich, wealthy merchant is sharing with that character below him, but he hides most of his pentacles behind him. Isn't that life usually? We only get shared what people want to share with us, and the ones that are wealthy stay wealthy. Being fair and balanced seems to be more of a thought of the past and doesn't exactly show up in life as much as it should. Be honest, do we really share all of our wealth with people, or do we tend to hold on to it and keep most of it for ourselves? I know personally I usually do that. I understand it though. I mean, we are the ones that work for the money. Why would we just want to give it away? Whether just money or not, the Pentacle suit can represent material happiness, comfortability, stuff like that. So it's important to just share our comforts with others and make sure everybody's comfortable in life, especially this time of year around the northern hemisphere when it gets really cold, the leaves fall off the trees, and winter happens. We need to share those comforts of life, give people a place to stay, and show that we care about the ones that are around us, as well as strangers. That's why I like to call this card the Sharing is Caring card, because it's important to show people that we care about them by sharing with them. Whether it's money or not, sharing a helping hand, sharing our food, and just sharing our love with the ones around us makes the world a better place. We should share love instead of hate and be there for the ones that we care about, as well as the people we don't know yet, because we really are all in this together. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.